just how to navigate MyStatLab in case you've never used it. Now, those of you that have had me before in the past for Stat 1, you're pretty familiar with this, and you're familiar with the textbook as well. So there won't be a big learning curve for you. But when you log in, this is the home screen, and up here you can see a timeline. Here we are on Sunday, so I just posted a bunch of assignments. As you can see, there's a blue dot with a couple of shadows behind it. That means I posted multiple assignments. And then the blue dots are for homeworks, I believe, and then the squares here, I believe, those are for quizzes. So upcoming assignments here, announcements down here, pretty standard stuff. And then it'll track your progress and show you what you've done on the right over here. If you look over here on the left, the menu items here, this is pretty much where you're going to navigate. So to give you an idea, you want to go to the textbook. Obviously, here's ebook. You click on that. My computer's really slow right now. It's recording a video, so you got to give it a minute. Then you click that link, and then you need Flash. Obviously, this ebook here uses Flash. So opening this up in your iPad, it won't work so nice. You'll have to download the Pearson eText app if you want to do that. But on a standard Mac or a standard Windows machine, it'll open up fine. So this is opening up the book that you would buy in the bookstore, which you don't have to do, obviously. So there it is, and you navigate the textbook by choosing a chapter. For week number 2 material, you're over here in chapter 6, so you'll click that little arrow. It opens it up and shows you all the things. You're responsible. Actually, yeah, you're going to be responsible for this entire chapter. Actually, this week we're doing the basic random variable and probability stuff, the binomial distribution, and then I supplemented the geometric distribution. This Poisson distribution down here, we're going to be doing that next week, along with another one called the negative binomial, and that'll take care of this here. All right, so back on the MyStatLab page, there's chapter contents. Like, to give you an idea, what's in the chapter contents? Well, each chapter of the ebook, it has some ancillary material that goes along with it. Like, for example, maybe video questions or solutions, study plan problems. There's just a lot of different things. So I don't really tend to use this that much. If I want to go to the book, I click ebook. And then there's additional resources and selected solutions. Now, I think you should get familiar with the selected solutions tab, because there's a bunch of videos. So let me click that for you. And these are just video solutions to problems in the back of the textbook. So any particular chapter of the textbook could have upwards of 150 problems in it. And then I don't know how many videos are up here. Probably about 100. But like we're in chapter 6 right now. So there's a handful of videos, I think, in chapter 6. Nothing crazy. Yeah, so here's a bunch. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 videos in chapter 6. And being that we're doing the entire chapter, it's probably to your advantage to watch these videos. And you can see what they are. Question number 4, question number 19. And you may read the question and it may be trivial to you and you don't have to watch the video. But, the videos are there for you. It's just a talking head up there teaching you how to do the questions. It's pretty standard. So make sure you make use of that if you feel you need it. Selected student solutions, same thing. So there's, if you need like detailed solutions to certain questions in the textbook, I assign you homework and quizzes on MyStatLab, but the textbook has its own problems that, most teachers would assign. I happen to use MyStatLab, so I don't assign the problems in the textbook. But, you pick a particular chapter, whatever you're in, like, again, we're in chapter 6 right now. That's where we're really beginning the course. And then it's just going to be a PDF here that pops up, and this is just, a detailed solution to, I don't even know how many questions we selected per chapter. It varies. Some chapters it's a lot, some chapter not so much. But what it does is, when you're looking at a question, if you need to get your feet wet, if you haven't seen this stuff in a while, or if you've never learned a particular chapter, then you could, look at these selected solutions. And there's some theme questions. It's the last question in every chapter. It's based on grizzly bears, and you can check those out as well. This additional resource tab, I was in there before. There's another video where I referenced the data sets. The data sets, every big data set in the textbook, we've put in here as a Excel file or a TI-80 whatever file. So you could download the data set and open it up. You know, so again, we're in chapter 6. I don't think there's much data in chapter 6. Let me go to chapter 3. Yeah, these are all different data sets, and whatever it may be. Each individual question is numbered, and this is question 19, question 21, and these are just data files, so you have to type them because it kind of gets annoying. And if you open that up, it'll you double click it, it'll open up in Excel, and then you have the data in there and you can manipulate it. If you have the TI graphing calculator, you could use the TI-80 whatever file. Let me pull that up again just so you can see it. See, it says TI list. Anything that says that or TI, there's another version of the data. Yeah, 8xi. That stuff will open up on your calculator, but you need to have the TI graphing calculator with the link cable that connects the calculator to the computer. So if you have that, great, you could use it. It'll throw that data right in the calculator for you, and you can manipulate it. But we're going to be using Minitab Express in our course, so I think that's the way to go. Your stat tables are here. You're going to need those a lot in this class. It's a PDF. So if you want, you could open that up and print it out so you have it, or not. You could just reference it here. I don't think you'll need this additional case studies. These are videos on the graphing calculator if you think you need it. This is an instruction manual for the graphing calculator. Again, if you think you need it. We're using Minitab Express, but I will reference the calculator because I know a lot of you have it, especially if you had me in the past. We did the Stat 1 class strictly using the TI graphing calculator, so you'll probably be really good at it. To access your homework, you'll click here, homework. I believe there should be some homework up there right now. There you go. Yeah, homeworks 1, 2, and 3. All right, so there's some stuff up there to access quizzes. Remember tests. You have do-at-home tests, and then you have 2 face-to-face tests. That won't be in here. The do-at-home tests I post in the do-at-home module on Blackboard. The face-to-face tests are obviously in class face-to-face on those dates in the syllabus. But quizzes here, if you click there, I do post quizzes, so there's a few of them up there for this week. Well, quiz 1, I saw everyone did, and you all got 100. Nice job. Quiz 2, 3, and 4, those match the homeworks 1, 2, and 3 exactly. Study plan. If you've never used this before, what the study plan is, it's just questions to help you get your feet wet. So you want to do questions. You click down here. It says View All Chapters. If you'd rather do some questions, in Chapter 6, we're in Chapter 6 right now. And here we are, random variables, probability distribution of discrete random variables, mean and standard deviation of a discrete random variable. Those 3 things, 6.2, 6.3, and 6.4. That's homework and quiz number 1 material. And as you can see, there are 3, 6, 7, 8 questions right there that you could do that would be like getting your feet wet before you actually attempt the homework and the quizzes. So the idea is you'd read the material that I presented to you, whether it's a PDF on Blackboard or reading it in the textbook. Then maybe you might want to come here first, because when you do these questions, it pulls from the same group of, same pool of questions that I take your homework and quizzes from. But it doesn't affect your grade. You see, it'll grade you on these questions, but it won't affect your average in the course. And then right here, 6.5, the binomial distribution. That material is up there too. So there's a few practice problems up there as well. You can see I was in it before. It's showing me how much time I spent on it. 16 minutes and 45 seconds. So I was in there playing around with it before. And you can see the rest of this, I haven't done anything. So it actually logs how much time you spend in the study plan. So your teachers can see it. All this is really is to get your feet wet and get used to the questions before you actually attempt them, because you're graded on them. When you do a homework, you're graded on it. Now I usually give 3, 4, 5 shots at a homework assignment, and a quiz, typically I give 1 shot, but I think for the first group of quizzes I gave 2 shots, so you can do them twice if you want. The grade book is obvious. That's where your grades will go. Once you start doing assignments and it grades you, it's going to pop it in there. If you take a quiz more than once, like these first 3 quizzes I offered, I allowed you to do it twice. So if you take it and you get a grade and you're not happy with it, you do it again and you get a higher grade, it'll take the higher of the 2 grades. Multimedia library, it's just another place to get to look at the videos and the solutions. We talked about that. It's it's up here in additional resources and selected solutions. So this material just repeats in the multimedia library. Discussions is for like a discussion forum. I'm not using it. Obviously the email is important, and then down here document sharing. That's big. That's where I'm going to post documents and such. I could also post them in Blackboard, but I might end up posting them here because you're going to be in this website a lot. You know, the Blackboard site, you're going to be in there to see content. But your assessments are all going to be in here. So you're going to be in this website a lot, you know, because of the textbook and the ancillary materials. And this other stuff you see down here, you won't see this. Anything you see with a TV screen with a slash is just for the instructor. So it's pretty straightforward. All right, if you have any questions, shoot me an email.